Will you eat raw beef?
Like tartare?
Yeah.
Sometimes. It's not my favorite.
I was crazy about tartare.
I know. I watched you.
Yeah, I was on a real
You
tartare.
put a tear.
I did. I was just like, what's this?
Did you cook that? Fuck that. Get out of the way.
It's raw meat with an egg mixed in it? A raw egg? This is fucked up and wonderful.
Don't they sear the outside?
Sauce. No.
Oh, it's just flat out raw.
Oh, I was fucking loving steak tartare. Basically, and then I never really saw it prepared. It just came to me, and it always looked like, wow, I'm just eating raw chopped meat.
Yeah.
But in France, we were in Paris once. It was me, the wife, the kid, and Byron and Gail, her parents. And I could order steak. You know, France is the land of steak tartare.
Yeah.
So at the hotel, I ordered steak tartare, and I'm always used to like getting very small portions, usually done as an appetizer in a restaurant. So I ordered 2 servings of it.
Like
they show, they're like, oh sir, how many people are eating? I'm like, just one. Oh, so they show up, and they made it like right in front of me, and I am not exaggerating. Each serving was easily 2 pounds of meat.
Wow.
Based on like my knowledge of buying chopped meat at a grocery
Yeah.
store. They put it in a bowl. They put 2 raw eggs into each bowl. Maybe it was so large it might have been more than 2 in that instance. He had like a carton of eggs with him. He came in with like 2 hunks of fucking chopped meat, a carton of egg. I was just like, "Are you gonna cook it in front of me?" And he's like, "We don't cook it, sir. It's beef tartare." I was like, "I know, I love tartare." And he prepped it in front of me, put the eggs in it, and then he put some Worcestershire in it.
Yeah.
And then there was one other, maybe a little dab of ketchup or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they mix it up, and then they're like, "There you go." It just looks like when they prepare it in front of you, you're just like, don't you want to stick that in an oven?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not done.
Yeah.
It'd be like somebody making like a Betty Crocker cake and without giving it the oven time. They just handed you the fucking mixing bowl and they're like, eat it. That's your cake. So I ate one whole serving, and then I was like, well, I got to eat the other one because it's going to go bad if I don't, because it's raw meat. It's not refrigerated. We didn't have refrigerators in the room. So I ate the other thing. And I don't know if it was the sheer volume of raw meat that I ate, or if maybe some of the eggs were rotten eggs. Maybe one in the bunch was a rotten egg, but that was, I got so fucking sick. Like, and I'm used to overeating, so I've overeaten to the point where I'm like, ooh, I feel like I'm gonna puke, but you know, I never puke.
Yeah.
I hadn't puked at that point in 19 years. I hadn't thrown up. Didn't remember the feeling of throwing up, vomiting, nothing like that. Last time I'd thrown up prior to that, I was really fucking drunk. I was 16 and I was like fucking plastered. So, but you know, you always think about throwing up as a very unpleasant thing, so you don't want to do it. Because, you know, everything's coming up your esophagus and pushing it the wrong way, and then you got that acidy taste. Bad enough having acid reflux.
Yeah.
But, like, puking just seems like fucking hell on earth.
Puking sucks.
So I hadn't thrown up in 19 years. I threw up 4 times that day. 4 times, and I was also, before I threw up, I was just blowing brown piss out of my ass. Thick, puddingy brown piss. I believe I got some form of food poisoning.
Huh.
Like, I mean, it wasn't obviously an E. coli because I'm still alive. Or maybe it was. Do you necessarily die from E. coli each time?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it means to have, like, small traces of it or something like that. I mean, that's, like, kind of like food poisoning. I had food poisoning once from McDonald's, and I didn't,
What was it from? From eating what?
Filet fish.
Oh, well, you don't eat fish from McDonald's. You eat beef.
Yeah, I got sick. But I didn't get diarrhea. I fucking threw up.
Well, first I had the diarrhea, and number one, I'm sitting on a French toilet bowl, and it's so different from an American toilet bowl. Just uncomfortable to begin with, and the water, there's only like a fucking spit worth of water in the bowl. And so I'm filling the bowl
with the poop.
With liquidy shit, more than the water.
Yeah.
And then when you flush it, because you can feel it, it reeks like fuck, because it's not mixing with the water.
Yeah.
You shit in the water, it kind of tempers it a little bit. If you shit in a glass of water, which we all do from time to time, the smell is not nearly as bad as if you shit on a paper towel.
Yeah.
Like it reeks.
Yeah.
So this was reeking, so I would flush it, and then it would be fucking spraying shit water up on my ass. But I was so sick, I didn't even care. So it's just like that. And when you think you're done, you're feeling nauseous, you go to get up, and suddenly you got to hit the bowl again and blowing more muddy piss out your ass. Then I started feeling like nauseous and getting like these weird dry heavey kind of things.
Yeah.
And then I fucking went from the bowl, which my ass was smeared with liquid shit because I didn't have time to wipe. Plus the toilet paper was really thin. I just leapt from the bowl straight to the tub and fucking threw up for the first time in 19 years. And it wasn't that unpleasant, the feeling of throwing up. It wasn't like I had feared it would be for almost 20 years. Like, oh, I never want to throw up because it would be bad. It wasn't that bad. And in fact, I felt a little better afterwards.
Yeah.
But I did that 3 times, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say I went from the tub to the toilet to the tub to the toilet 3 times within the span of like 4 minutes.
It was just coming out.
Oh, and it's one of those times where you don't want anybody around. It's just like
this is me at my worst.
Yeah, and it's like not even me. Like I get it. Like my wife has gotten drunk to the point of like puking, and I've held her hair and stuff like that. So that doesn't, it's not fucking. I'd rather be eating her pussy than fucking watching her puke, but it's not the worst thing in the world. But if you're like fucking like leaning over a tub, vomiting
with your ass
in the air, covered, smeared with liquid shit, that's just enough to like. If I was her and in that room, I'd be like, I don't think I could ever fuck this guy again without having this image in my head.
Fucking turn around.
And you can't like, you're like, my dignity, you can't like throw a towel over my ass. It was just such
you just gotta lock yourself in the bathroom.
Oh, I totally did. And then like for 24 hours straight, like I was in living hell. I was so cold and fucking, it was bad, man. I really thought I was gonna fucking die. And then, like, 24 hours later, suddenly I was okay again. But I never went near fucking steak tartare after that. And I was never quite sure, like I said, whether there was a bad egg in there or whether it's because I ate 4 pounds. Volume. So the marbleization is what gives a steak its flavor, the fat.
I mean, that's part of it, yeah. I mean, it's not like a filet mignon has no flavor, but, like, there's a distinct flavor that meat is given with fat. I mean, people cook with lard.
I thought they did that because it was cheap or something.
I mean, I'll
anymore though, do
they? Yeah.
Really? Where?
I mean, I'll cook with lard.
Will you?
Yeah, or like bacon.
And lard is just literally animal fat.
Yeah, it's like
that's what's in a Twinkie.
Yeah.
They whip it up really, and then throw tons of sugar in it.
Yeah.
When it says animal shortening, that's
lard.
Yeah. So it's not really cream, although it's creamy.
Yeah, it's just lard.
Oh. I remember the first time somebody told me that. I'm like, what? They put
animal
pig in a Twinkie?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, it's whipped up, man. You put a lot of sugar
fat.
in it.
Yeah.
But that's when I was just like, wow, you can put sugar on anything and it would be all right. You put enough sugar on a piece of human shit, you could probably eat it.
Be like, it's disgustingly sweet.
Have this devil dog in quotes, and I'm like, oh, it looks like a turd. yeah, but it's got a lot of sugar in it. I'm like, okay,
it's whipped poop with sugar on it. I've cooked with lard.
So you're a cow.
Yeah.
And you spend your life. What would a wild cow do? What would a cow be doing right now if we weren't raising it to eat?
I mean, I know there's a lot of debate about, like, the way that they handle things in a slaughterhouse. Like, is the cow ever necessarily aware of, like, holy fuck, the guy in front of me, what the fuck? Doug just dropped. What's going on?
Like they're in line in the chute and shit.
Yeah.
He sees, like, George is dead.
George fainted.
There's a lot of blood. What is blood? I'm not quite sure.
What is blood?
There's stuff coming out of George's head. I don't think George is ever waking up again. Wow, I'm so glad that I'm not George.
Wow.
And I'm standing behind
they're dragging George out of the way. All right.
Now I'm going to pass through George's intestines and blood and leave and exit the slaughter chute.
Thank God.
What is that? Oh! I'm as fucked as George.